So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the.
All right, you heathens, happy Saturday. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the show. Let me move the chat down here so it doesn't look like I'm looking up at God to read your comments. Trevor, good evening. Pistol Pete, Shane, Tony S, G Immortal, Anya in the house. Thank you for modding tonight, Anya. Anya, flip a coin for me. Should we be hard ass or should we go easy tonight on the trolls, Anya? I might have 2 cigars and a couple drinks, so they're probably going to be a little mad, Anya. I hate it when he sits back and smokes that fucking cigar with that smug look on his face. Maybe we'll smoke 2 just for their asses tonight, Anya. You let me know. Flip a coin. Let me know how it works out. Robbie, what's up? Ms. Nia 516. How you doing, Todd? Hazel. Corey, what's up? Coinbase calls printing. Anything that's printing for you guys, I love to hear it. I have not actually been following Coinbase recently. I know I think I saw Markets with May tweeting out about it, but I haven't been checking on the price. Why? Well, there's been a couple tickers we've been stuck spending all my time on, but that's about to change. The judge's written opinion, I think will be out this coming week. Don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. But if we were laying odds, we'd be laying odds on July 14th or sooner. So I want all of y'all, if you're in AMC and you care about what might happen after the judge's decision, I want you to go into your broker and set your alerts for price up or price down by 5%. And please, God, have after hours trading, pre-market and after hours. Have it enabled. If you don't have that done yet, go in and call your broker Monday morning. Find out what you got to do to have your pre-market and after hours trading enabled, because you might need to make a move. Whether it's good or bad, you might need to make a move. And I just want you to be ready, whatever happens. I said in the title tonight, Scarlett allegedly might show up tonight. So I put a picture of us on Twitter this evening. We just got back from a wedding. Congratulations to our friends. And I posted a picture and I said, if it gets 100 likes, Scarlett must come join us for a drink. So she said, okay. And I thought maybe I'd get 10 likes because that's kind of cringy, right? Doing that shit on Twitter. I was like, I'm just inviting the trolls here. But ended up getting over 100 likes, so cool. She said she would come in and have a drink with us, maybe play some poker. We might play some poker tonight. We're just trying to have fun. We're going to smoke a cigar and have a drink, hang out with you guys. We'll answer business questions, stock questions, of course. Of course. But try not to be too serious. It's Saturday fucking night. So she will come join us, but the bunnies come first. And her apparently her bunnies were out of all their fresh kale and whatever the fuck they eat. So she went to HEB, and she will be back shortly. And we'll be here for a while. It's early here. It's only 9 o'clock. So as soon as she gets back, I got my drink. I said, we got some extra Miller Lite left over from the 4th of July barbecue. I said, babe, just come have a Miller Lite on camera. Just like show your face. I don't like being on camera. and I don't like Miller Lite. I was like, well, what are you going to drink then? Well, I have my little chocolate drink. She's in this fad of this, either it's Bailey's Irish cream or this chocolate wine that she found. Ladies, have y'all discovered the chocolate wine yet? It's literally like drinking chocolate milk mixed with red wine. I know that might sound disgusting, but all you taste is chocolate milk. I can't drink that shit because too much sugar. But anyways, as soon as she gets back, I'm going to go twist her arm, handcuff her, whatever we got to do. We're going to put her in, you remember the chair, the original chair? It's right over here. I'm going to slide it over and make her sit her ass on that hard chair. If I could sit on it for a year, entertaining you guys 9 hours a day, she can sit down for one drink. Dan says, how will we get the decision from the judge? So that's a great question, Dan. I'm glad you asked. And someone asked that on the YouTube comments earlier. I'm just going to tell you my guess, Dan. I don't know, first of all. I don't know with certainty. My dog's having he's having a hiccup fit over here. It sounds like he's going to die. Tebow, are you going to die or are you going to live? I think that the judge is going to publish her written opinion to the docket after hours or pre-market. Probably after hours, Dan. That's just my guess, right? I can't tell you for certainty what's going to happen. What I do think, though, Dan, is that whenever it happens, that there will be people with much more faster computers, information systems, and money than us that will drive the price faster than we can react. So for that reason, I want you to sleep with both eyes open for the rest of this month. And I want you to set alerts on your broker for a 5% price movement up or down on APE or AMC or both, so that you know you're probably going to see the price move before you see a headline. That's what I think. I feel like we're going to be the last ones to know, and the price action could happen in milliseconds, in 5 minutes. And we're going to be scrambling to look for info, and you're going to see something happening that direction or that direction. And I don't want you to miss it, whichever outcome you're hoping for in whichever ticker. Or even if you're not hoping for something, I want you to have your trading plan ready for all potential outcomes. Tony S says, when a woman's checking her bunnies in the UK, that means something different. I can see where you're going with that. Robbie Amaro, what do I think about Thread? I need to look at the app, Robbie. I heard from headlines that it's a relative copy of Twitter and that Elon's trying to sue Mr. Zuck. I haven't looked at Thread, so I don't have a lot of comment yet. I disabled my Facebook. I'm not a big fan of Facebook because of the politics and the agenda pushing and all that nonsense. So I feel like I'd be approaching it with some sort of bias. And if he's going to do the same shit with his Twitter ripoff, I don't want to have any part of that. Now, but that's just my personal opinion. What does that mean as far as the stock price? If I sat down unemotionally and analyzed it, maybe I'll have some thoughts for you, but I don't tonight. I've bought Facebook, even though I don't like the company. I don't hold it now, but I have traded it when it came to a local low, and then when it ran up, I got out of it. Anya says, we need some new tickers. We're going to be talking about some new tickers, Anya. Fear not. Fear not. Thousands and thousands of tickers to talk about. It cracks me up, Anya, when I'm on Twitter. You guys know, you guys that follow me regularly know, especially y'all in the Discord, know that I follow a lot of different tickers. And if I tweet about another one, oh man, they get so mad. Aren't you the AMC guy? Like, bro, really? I've been a trader long before AMC came around. I do have the ability to multi-thread, and I watch way more than AMC. So don't get your feelings hurt if I'm talking about your precious little ticker. I'm talking about it because I've been doing some research on it. If I'm not talking about it, it's because I don't know jack shit about it. Trevor says the chair before 10,000, it was before 10,000 subs, right? The chair of pain. Steven says the written opinion will be uploaded on AMC Investor Connect. Yeah, but the timing, Steven, how quickly from when the judge issues her opinion to when the AMC attorneys upload it. Is it going to be a 1 minute delay, a 5 minute delay, an hour delay? That can be the difference. Especially if it's not happening in market hours, like that can catch people off guard. Diana guessed, what is up? When is the last time AMC had a profitable quarter? Let me pull it up. Just off the cuff, Diana, I want to say 2019, but hang on one second. Let's get some facts here. Financials, net income. All right, we had net income. Am I on the right company? AMC? Okay, sorry. I was looking at quarterly. I was looking at annual. I want to be looking at quarterly. Net income positive was 49 million on the Q2 2019. I was right. It was 2019. So yeah, wow, that's been a while, huh? It's been a hot minute. 20, 21, 22, 4 years since AMC's had a profitable quarter. I want y'all to just hear that and let it sink in for a moment. Not because I want you to feel bad about what you invested in, because I want you to accept the reality of what you invested in. So when I talk fundamentals and financials, you don't think I'm trying to be a paid Adam Aaron shill or someone reading a script. Like, just look at the financials yourself. Like, this company's not made profitable quarters since 2019. You got to realize, right, that you took a gamble here. You took a gamble. No one twisted your arm. No one forced you to push the buy button. No one forced you to sell all of your 401k and put it in one stock. You made the choice to buy a company that's not had a profit since 2019. So all this Adam Aaron blaming YouTubers and blaming, no, you have an inability to accept is self-blame the right word? You're not good at analyzing yourself. Like, let's pick profitable companies for the bulk of our portfolio. That's smart investing. And I love to invest in short squeeze plays, momentum trades, stuff like that. But I know what I'm doing when I do that. I know I'm risking a fucking farm. So I don't put all my portfolio in that. I put something I'm willing to lose, and I know I might lose it. And I know the only person to blame is me. Is that fair? I don't know why that is so. Why is that such a caustic question for people? Everyone wants to blame somebody else. I love you guys, the viewers of this channel, because you are the real. You're the real G. Like, you guys all get it. But like all this noise that's going on in the fringe, the 1% of this play that want to blame everybody else but themselves, I just don't get it. Like, what is wrong with these people? Like, you knew, you knew what you were buying, right? You knew it was risky. But you want to blame Adam Aaron. Okay. All right. Sounds like a self-accountability issue to me. All right, let's see what questions I missed here. Devil May Rage says Hollywood is hurting AMC. Amen. I agree with you 100%. Like, AMC is more or less being held hostage by what Hollywood puts out, and the Hollywood's putting out garbage. I agree with you 100%. Why isn't Adam Aaron doing a better job of making money? We're basically the middleman between the movie producers, we being AMC. Sorry, I'm not part of we. Let me correct that. Hollywood is the origin of movies. AMC exhibits the movies, and then the consumers watch the movies. But AMC can't magically create revenue if Hollywood's putting out shit. So hold the fire to the feet of Hollywood for putting out shit. I agree with you 100%. Absolute trash movies. Now, I mean, there's been some good ones, but the majority of them could be a lot better. Like all these weak remakes. Ghostbusters, what the hell is that? The Ghostbusters with the all-female cast? Come on, man. Ain't nobody want to see that. Why are you going to ruin a classic? You don't got one damn writer that can come up with something original? Pay these fools better. No wonder they're on strike. They got ChatGPT rewriting Ghostbusters for an all-female lead cast. What the hell? Anya said, is Sound of Freedom going to make AMC any moolah? Interesting question, Anya. I asked early this morning, what movie are you guys going to see this weekend on Twitter? Just generically speaking, most people that answered Sound of Freedom. And the second most popular answer was Indiana Jones. And then I saw that Adam Arno, I say that with a wink in my eye, Adam Arno said that let's see what he said about CEO Adam. He tweeted about Sound of Freedom because did you guys see that crazy lady that was bitching about the AC? What the heck is up with that biatch? Really bizarre, Adam Aaron says. FUD floating around Twitter that we're suppressing attendance for Sound of Freedom. FYI, crazy lady, AMC showed the movie 3,000 times at 570 U.S. theaters, and more than 100,000 people watched it. Because one location had an AC unit failure in one auditorium, some crazy lady goes on Twitter and says that AMC is suppressing the movie. Oh, these fucking conspiracy people are driving me nuts. Everything in the world is not a conspiracy, people. I've been in auditoriums with other movies where the AC wasn't working, or the sound, or the projector. Things fucking break. Get over it. Get your refund, reschedule, or see if it's showing in another auditorium and go to the next screening. Good Lord. But you know what? I get it. The media is doing a hit job on this movie. That's a fact. Calling it QAnon and all this stuff. I'm not happy about all that, but these conspiracy people, QAnon flat earthers, start thinking that everything is a conspiracy. AC unit on the roof went out, and now all of a sudden the whole corporation is against this movie, even though they're showing it in 570 other theaters. Your anecdotal experience is now somehow worthy of you calling them out on Twitter. I just don't get it. Grow the fuck up, lady. All right, so we'll talk about Indiana Jones in just a second. Cancel bubble. Let me grab William's question. He says, Tony, do we need to worry about an appeal on Zern's decision? So that is another great question. I asked Chance, the lawyer, that question. Chance, if you're still watching, respond to my DM. She hadn't responded to me in weeks. She's busy fighting with Elon Musk. But my understanding is only that parties to the lawsuit can file an appeal, William. That would be AMC and Allegheny. So I could be wrong. But whatever happens, if Zern approves the settlement, then it's approved. And I don't know who could appeal. If she denies the settlement, then they have to go back to the drawing board and give the judge a better settlement. That is my understanding of the possible outcomes, A or B. Settlement approved, or go back to the drawing board, get a better settlement, come back, and I'll rubber stamp it. Now, I know there are people talking about other outcomes. I'm just telling you my understanding of what the outcomes are. Brascar said, did you get the number 8 plug in the Chevrolet? Mañana. Tomorrow I'm doing the spark plug replacements. So today I woke up, I did a little bit of work. I went to the gym around 11, I think. And then we had the wedding today. So tomorrow I have nothing on the agenda. I'm going to wake up at dawn when it's not 100 degrees here in Texas and go replace the spark plugs. Like 7 of the 8 are relatively easy, but that damn number 8 on a Chevy truck is a bitch. So wish me luck. That's on the agenda for Sunday morning. Let's see what kind of numbers we got. Who asked? Someone asked about the numbers for Sound of Freedom. It's not going to be a blockbuster, but I think it's going to make money for the producers of the movie. Sound of Freedom made $5 million on Friday. Look, yeah, don't expect massive numbers for this movie, but I do think you should support it. And we're going to go see a movie tomorrow night. I don't know which one yet, but that one is high on my list. I'll let my wife decide. July 7th to 9th. Let me go to daily. Oh, Insidious is doing real well too. Look at that. 15 million bucks on Friday. Indiana Jones, 7 million. Sound of Freedom, 5 million. So, you know, look, you're not going to see $1 billion off of any movie until maybe, well, I don't even know. I'm not expecting $1 billion off of Mission Impossible or Barbie, but I think those could be some really good hits. So we'll see. Everything else is just adding to the revenue. Every little bit helps. As far as Anya's question, is it going to make AMC money? Every butt in a seat, Anya, is money. the movie producer, the people that outlaid the investors in the movie, they got to worry about the box office. AMC makes money on ticket sales. So if we get to keep 50%, it doesn't matter if the movie's a flop or not. We're still making money off of butts in seats and concessions. Obviously, we would like to fill up the entire auditorium. So the better the movie is, the better AMC does. But, Sound of Freedom is a niche product. Steven says Barbie outperforms Oppenheimer. Steven, I would not bet against you on that. What are the odds, Steven? Give us some odds on Barbie outperforming Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer, I think, is going to be a mostly middle-aged male-driven film. Although, I will tell you, my wife wants to see Oppenheimer. I told her it's a 3-hour movie. She's like, yeah, but it's got that actor from Peaky Blinders, and I really like him. He's a good actor. You never know. I never thought that she would want to see a movie about the making of the atomic bomb. Like, that's not in her wheelhouse. Whatever that actor's name is, I'm sorry, I forget his name at the moment. I like him too. He's he was great in Peaky Blinders. But maybe he is a draw for the ladies. All right, someone said, how is Indiana Jones doing? Indiana Jones, worldwide, 172 million. That's not too hot. I think it cost them around 350 million to make it. So I'd still call that a flop. Now, I see that they are pushing the advertising really hard, but I mean, it's been out a couple weeks. 100 million domestic, 172 million worldwide. This cannot be what they hope for. And if you're wondering why I ratcheted down my forecast for Q3, I'm expecting AMC, the company, to rack up a loss in Q3. I'm just not thinking that the movies we have are going to be big enough. I wish I'm wrong, right? But just being honest with you, my own personal opinion, I don't think that they're going to be big enough for the company to make a profit in Q3. I hope that Barbie, Oppenheimer, or Mission Impossible surprises us with something fantastic. I honestly hope they do. S. Jackson saying Oppenheimer will make 500 million. I hope you're right. The thing that goes against Oppenheimer is the runtime. But it looks like, for me, like right up my alley, the type of movie I like. S. Jackson says, I did tell you that Indiana Jones was going to bomb. A lot of people thought it was going to bomb. I read all the previews, the reviews from the experts, and I was hoping they would be wrong, but they seem to be scaring people off. I liked the movie, but I'm an old timer and I grew up with Indiana Jones. I got a lot of empathy for the character and I love to see the good send off, but I get it. Younger people might not like it. I get it. It's all right. There were a lot of people trashing the movie. Yep. Anya says, well, you and Scarlett go see Barbie. So Anya, I asked her, do you want to see Barbie or Oppenheimer? And she said Oppenheimer. I was like, what? I'm like, but Margot Robbie. She's like, no, but that guy from Peaky Blinders. We loved that TV show. Sith Lord says, do you think Antara is selling ape to buy back in a lower price? No. Antara has never had a history of owning AMC, Sith Lord. To my knowledge, I mean, I've gone in and looked on Fintel, looked at all the ownership filings. I did not see that Antara had a history of ever owning AMC stock. They're a bondholder, you know that, right? They loan AMC money. They got in the ape play to make money because they saw a great opportunity. And I think they are going to continue to sell ape till they're done. And then they're done. That's what I think, if you're asking my honest opinion. And I get the question, but I went and did the look back. Where's my mouse? I can't fast forward. Did the battery die? I haven't seen a history of Antara owning AMC. Let me see if I plug in the mouse. If that, oh yeah, that helped. All right, I guess the battery ran out. Dennis says, I hope Oppenheimer doesn't bomb. See what I did there? Have you guys seen I don't know if it's real, but someone posted a picture of a Oppenheimer popcorn bucket and drink holder. It was what are the two bombs called? Fat Boy and something else. The popcorn bucket was the fat bomb and the drink holder was the smaller one. That would be epic. Brascar said the last number 8 spark plug I did was on my 2003 Silverado. I got a couple good tips. Thank you for those of you that reached out to me. I have replaced the spark plugs on my truck before, but I remember number 8 was an absolute bitch, and I don't want to repeat that curse fest. And someone said come up from the bottom of the engine. I have not tried that. Someone else said take the tire and the passenger side tire and the wheel well cover off, which might also be a good tip. So any of you guys that are professional mechanics that have, if you can validate that either one of those are better options than trying to come in on number 8 cylinder from the top, which is an absolute nightmare. Like I know I can replace 7 spark plugs in about 15 minutes, but number 8, oh man. No. Spark plugs are not hard to replace, but you get to that number 8 on a Chevy truck, you're screwed. S. Jackson says people were not happy how the boss girl was insulting Indy. I can see that. I didn't feel that she was insulting him a lot, but I get where you're coming from. If you came in with that bias, I get it. I'm not going to argue against it. Philip says, do you think that some of the Q2 flops are shit. Do you think the Q2 flops are going to give us some heads up about movie attendance going forward, or just specifically due to those movies? Q2 flops were specific to the movies. Fat Boy and Little Man, that's what I think. Cancel bubble, yeah. Fat Man, I think it's Fat Boy and Little Man. Who's our nuclear experts here? NASCAR says I'd say replace every spark plug except number 8. So I'm getting an engine code thrown on cylinder 1, which is the absolute easiest to replace. So I could just replace one spark plug and call it a day. I just need to quit having a check engine light thrown. I replaced the what do you call it? I swapped the cables, and so I know it's not the wires. And I replaced the what do you call that? Fucking the ignition coil. I put a new ignition coil on cylinder 1. So the only thing left is either a spark plug on cylinder 1 or my engine is fucked, which wouldn't surprise me because I have 350,000 miles on that truck. But I'm going to hope that it is the spark plug. Food Dog, what's up, amigo? No comments on the hat, Food Dog? He says you have to have 2 3-inch extensions and a universal fitting and a wobble socket too, Food Dog. You forgot to say wobble. Wobble, 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 wobble. Yeah, I have a pretty good set of extensions and wobbles and yada, yada, yada. Are they putting ethanol in your fuel already? I know we have that ethanol fuel alternative available here, Food Dog. I don't know if they're doctoring our regular fuel. My truck is a flex fuel vehicle, but I've only ever put regular unleaded in it. It could take that ethanol fuel, but never tried it. Someone Bravscar said, why are you replacing your spark plugs? Like, why go through the hassle? Well, number one, I enjoy working on cars. You guys know that, any of you who've been around for a long time, I bought a 69 Camaro, just the body, from a girl I was dating back in the, I guess this was early 90s. Girl I was dating, she had a 69 Camaro sitting in the driveway. I was like, what's up with that car? She's like, oh, my dad used to race it, but it's just been sitting there. I was like, I jokingly said, tell him I'll give him $100 for it. And a week later, she said, he said, okay. What? $100 for a 69 Camaro. The interior was in perfect shape. The body was in perfect shape. It had no engine, no transmission, no exhaust. So I hauled that thing back to my house, bought an engine block, built an engine, dropped it in. I did all that myself. I just enjoy working on cars. I bought a transmission, mounted it up. Then I drove that loud ass motherfucker to a muffler shop and had them weld in an exhaust. And then I had my buddy repaint it. I've always enjoyed working on cars. And you can save a lot of money and put premium shit in your car for half the price if you're willing to have a little bit of patience and sweat and curse a little bit sometimes. But I mostly just do brakes, oil, spark plugs, routine maintenance. I do have mechanics, several of them, depending on the what the issue is that I utilize when needed. I don't get over my skis. Like, I'm not a fucking expert. Didn't go to mechanic school. But I did have a summer job in high school working at a company. It was an air conditioning company that had a fleet of vehicles. And one of my jobs was assisting the mechanic, the fleet mechanic. So we did a lot of engine teardowns and rebuilds. And I learned by the School of Hard Knocks, everything in one summer. You know how many engines we pulled out of, I don't remember what kind of vans they were, Chevy or Ford. Pulled out a lot of engines and took them apart, fixed them up, dropped them back in. I'm no professional mechanic, but I always enjoyed that work. Just don't have the car fucking drop on you. Buy some car ramps, buy whatever those things are, the jack stands. What, you know, protect yourself. My biggest fear is the car falling on me and killing me. Yuka says, try dipping the spark plug in Bud Light. Do I have a garage? I have a garage, like, yes, a 2-car garage. But not a professional garage. I've got a heavy-duty jack, a hydraulic jack. I've got jack stands. You know, if it's easier to come in for spark plug number 8 from the underside of the engine, I can do that. Am I sipping Bud Light? No, Food Dog, you and I already had this discussion. If I'm drinking beer, it's going to be something exotic or Miller Lite. Fuck Bud Light. Food Dog says he doesn't work on Volvos anymore, just Volvas. Well, there you go, folks. Anya's getting spicy tonight. She only works on the shaft. Holy shit, Anya. Anya, are you drinking tonight? Chris, New York, hot dog stands in the house. Hey, brother. Chris. Send me a fucking message, Chris. My son is in New York right now till the end of July. I would love to have you hook up with him and show him the best fucking hot dog stand. Seriously. He's on an internship in New York with some private equity firm that does real estate. He's just across the water, staying in New Jersey, but he's working in Manhattan every day. And I would love for you to, you know how much it would warm my heart to see you do a video with my kid, Chris? You send me a message, I will make sure that you and him hook up. If I can't be there to do it with you just yet, take my kid out and show him the best fucking hot dogs in New York. Are you still making videos, Chris? I haven't checked your channel. I haven't seen you in a while. Chris, if you're on Twitter, send me a DM or leave me a comment in one of my videos so I know how to get a hold of you. Send me an email. I'll delete it so that the bots don't get it. But let me know how to get in touch with you, and I'll forward that to my kid. And I'm sure he'd be tickled to do that. And until then, Chris, you know, one day I'm going to make it up there again. Or the wife and I will make it up there again. And we'll go do the hot dog tour with you. But hey, I'd be honored to have you do a video with my kid. All right, we got Ernest with a comment. He says, much as I hate to say you are right, well, everybody hates to say I'm right, Ernest. It's okay. It's going to go fast. You have to, something that this market is correct. I do not see this going to 200 after the reverse split to make all my money back. We've talked about this many times in previous live streams, Ernest. I don't know what it's going to go to. You guys know I've never given you price targets. But the best chance that AMC has to run up is right now, while short interest and cost to borrow are high, we know they are, right, on AMC, and we hope that there will be an upside surprise on Q2. What I can't tell you is the timing of Zern's written opinion versus the Q2 earnings. If Zern drops her opinion in July and the earnings aren't out till Q2, that adds a different dynamic, right? If we get a delay from Zern till September, but then we get Q2 earnings and it's an upside surprise, you could see some surprise upward movement in AMC. So stay on your toes, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. No one knows. I think, just my opinion, she'll drop her written decision in July, but I don't know. If you guys haven't followed Chris's New York hot dog stands on YouTube, check him out, especially if you're ever in New York. He does a lot of great reviews of good and random hot dog stands in New York. I like his videos. Thank you for stopping in tonight, Chris. I hadn't seen you in a while. Anya says, I hope Mass is doing some great discovery. I have not heard from Mass DeLorean in a while. Last time I told you all this, the last time I heard from him was his last live stream when he was about to go on his road trip. And then I saw that he was in Delaware for the court thing, and then just radio silence. I hope one of the objectors didn't take him out. Just kidding. Doc Zeno says there will be another curveball. So while I'm waiting for the wife to come back from HEB, we did go to a wedding tonight. What can I say? I think that when you go to a wedding after you're already married, if you still love your spouse, it can be a very emotional experience. And I think we both felt that tonight. It kind of like renews everything, like it takes you back to that moment. That moment for us was only 2 years ago. So we don't hate each other yet, even though we've known each other 7 years. But it was fun. And they played country western music. It was a mostly Texas theme, so we got to dance a little bit, even though we're out of practice. It was a good time. Was Massalorian the one that pulled the fire alarm? That is a good question. Have Scarlett bring on a bunny. Yeah, I'll tell her when she gets back home, Anya. Should be soon. How long can it take to buy some kale and herbs? I say that tongue in cheek because she always asks me, do you want to go to HEB with me? No, I do not. Why not? Because you go up and down every damn aisle. I'm the kind of like go in the store and know what you want, go straight to the beef aisle, buy some ribeyes, get the fuck out. I don't want to go up and down every aisle. But when she gets here, Anya, I'll ask her to bring one of the bunnies. Anya, yes, we just had our 2-year anniversary last month. But we were dating like 5 years before that. You know, I was married before. I'm not in any hurry. I was not in any hurry to get married again. I had been single, dating, wild for a decade before I met my wife. I was not in any hurry to get married. But she's a good person. She's a good, wholesome Texas conservative value, you know. And then I had to wait 5 years to make sure that she could put up with my grumpy ass. Lord knows I'm not easy to get along with. I don't take no bullshit. Somehow she stuck it out, Anya. Joey says ribeye, cheers. Yeah. So I just got a delivery today, guys. My deep freeze out in the garage had an incident. It's on a GFCI circuit, you know, the ones that can trip and then shut off. So I had half a hog in my deep freeze, which I was about 70% of the way through. And apparently the GFCI tripped, and I didn't realize it for 3 days. I went out to the freezer, and every fucking piece of meat that was wrapped in that freezer was thawed out. So I had to throw it all out. So yesterday I ordered a new GFCI outlet with an alarm, an audible alarm, and as a backup, because the GFCI outlet's in the garage. And I was like, well, what if I don't hear it in the garage? I ordered a second device for, I think it was $50, that I could plug into that outlet, and it will email me and text me if the power fails on that circuit. So I'm going to put those in the next couple days. As soon as I finish the spark plug replacement, I'll swap out that GFCI circuit, the outlet, and install the other device. And then it's a trip to Costco or somewhere and buy a shit ton of beef, or maybe I'll order a quarter cow or something. I want to talk for a second. I might do a video on this tomorrow about now that I've been on keto / carnivore for 5 weeks. Just indulge me for 1 minute. I have stopped drinking caffeine. I've never been feeling better. I lost 10 pounds. I still got 10 to go. But for those of you who are on the fence about switching to a carnivore heavy diet or a ketogenic, clean ketogenic, not fucking Target boxed products that say keto friendly on it. Fuck that shit. Don't buy anything in a box. Just go to the meat aisle, buy some meat, get you some green veggies, get you some olive oil, get you some eggs, and eat that. After a few weeks, when you get over the carb cravings, which will be hell, you're going to feel so much better. Make sure, if you have any medical issues, that you check with the doctor before you do that. Some people can't do a ketogenic diet. I get it. But I am feeling the best I've felt in a year and a half. And I've been doing keto for 16 years now. But I'm back on it hardcore now for the last 5 weeks. Anywho, and now I'm back in the gym since July 1st. Today's what, the 8th? So that's 8 days in the gym. I'm starting from the basement. I have no muscle mass left. I'm literally having to rebuild from ground zero. Doc Zeno says clean eating is key. If I could get on the soapbox and preach, Doc Zeno, I would tell everybody, stop buying anything in a package. Stop with the fucking sugar. Meat, eggs, and green veggies will change your life. I just got my Amazon order of like 5 cases of Bang Energy. I'm like, what am I going to do with that? I don't even drink them anymore. How are the shits on a keto diet? Joey, if you're doing mostly carnivore, it's kind of funny, Joey. If you're eating mostly meat, your body processes and absorbs 99% of that. I know it sounds odd, but like when you take a dump, if you're eating a regular diet, what you're getting rid of is things your body can't process, right? Your body can process almost everything when you're eating a meat diet. I posted in the Discord a great video from a doctor, Dr. Chaffee, on YouTube, talking about this very thing. The whole analysis of our digestion system and were we designed to eat fiber or meat? And it's about a maybe 40-minute video. He went in depth about how we don't need to eat vegetables and fiber. You know, a lot of animals have a digestion system that is designed to break down fiber. And I didn't even know this until I watched this video, and I've been studying keto for 16 years. Like cows, they eat a lot of fiber, but what they actually generate their energy from is the bacteria byproducts of the fiber breaking down, not the fiber itself, which was kind of interesting. But our digestion is not designed to break down fiber. We don't have that. Damn, Jack. Jack says he's been on ketovore for 1.5 years and lost 60 fucking pounds. Way to go. Hat tip to you. Anya says, we are not cave people. How long did they live? Anya, cave people were getting injured by fighting saber-toothed tigers. Steven says, grapefruit is the best thing. Yeah, I haven't bought a grapefruit in the past 5 weeks, Steven, but I have bought them occasionally in years past. I like grapefruit. 4 stomachs on those delicious fuckers. So I since I'm back in the gym, I increased my calories. I was on a very calorie restrictive diet in June to lose the first 10 pounds. Now I'm back in the gym. I increased the calories considerably. And so I'm giving myself at least 60 days to lose the next 10 pounds. It's going to be tougher now because I'm eating more. I'm adding muscle now. I mean, literally think of me as having just average muscle mass. There's no extra muscle on my body. I got to rebuild all of it. So I'm going to be adding muscle while I'm losing fat. My weight loss over the next 2 months is going to be very slow. Because as I'm adding and losing, they're going to counterbalance. So I know how that works. I'll mostly be looking at the body fat percentage drop more than body weight. All right, Jack Wolf, win Lambo. Joey says you should stop smoking. I know, but have you seen the Top G smoke cigars? He looks like he's in pretty good shape. Just saying. But I agree with you. I should stop smoking, and I hope that I do. I have my, I've got a doctor's appointment to get my blood work done on Monday. So we'll do a check-in. And then we'll see where we're at. What's up, Grandpa? Nobody knows your name anymore, Grandpa Barney. Journeyman Lineman. Thank you. He says I'm a keto gummy shill. That's what I was told. You're a fucking shill, Grandpa. Scarlett will be here soon. She's buying her bunnies some munchies at HEB. What is my opinion on Finger, Robert? Let me pull up their financials real quick. Finger previously was not something that I was interested in owning, but I've seen the price movement, and I've seen the social interest in it, and there's no denying that. Let's just say right now the momentum is good in Finger's favor. And let's put that in a bucket for a second and look and see what their financials look like. Increasing revenues, that's good. Gross profits are flat. Operating income, negative. Net income, negative. That's kind of a mixed bag. On the balance sheet, they had previously, when I was looking at them over the last 2 years, they had little to no cash, right? You can see that here. But now they have 9 million. Total current assets, 17 million. Total current liabilities, 2 million. That is good. The ratio of assets to current assets to current liabilities is great. See, this is a problem with AMC. If you look at current assets to current liabilities, we are negative $1 billion. Here on Finger, they're in good shape. They have plenty of ability to pay their bills over the next 12 months. AMC does not. Now, where did this cash come from? Last quarter, they bumped up to 12 million. Let's look at the cash flow statement. So they did a share issuance 2 quarters ago, and that's where they got their money. So let's look at their dilution history. And see if we have any risk of other upcoming dilution. This is kind of my process when I go through and tell you guys like this is a good play or not. These are the quick 2-minute things I do. What does the cash look like? What does the income look like? What's the balance sheet look like? And then more importantly, do we have any atomic bombs looming over our head? What I'm seeing here is right now the risk of dilution is low for Finger. Their offering ability is low. They've already, yes, they have diluted some over the past 2 quarters. You can see the amount of outstanding shares going up, but it would appear just from the first quick look that they don't have any additional ability to issue shares. Now, I'd need to go into their filings and confirm that, but this is a pretty reputable website. Cash position, they have let's call it 12 months of cash left. So, yeah, I mean, I think it might be, there's not a horrible story to say here. I just say watch the chart now. There's no gotchas in the financials. So watch the chart. Now that we know there's no time bombs sitting over our head, all you do now is look at the chart. And is it scary to buy in now? Are you approaching a top? Or can it run more? All right. How do we know that? Let's look at Ortex. Let's look at the short interest. A lot of people are texting me, messaging me over the last 3 days. BBIG, Tony, it is a short squeeze candidate. No, it's not. BBIG has 11% short interest, not a short candidate. Let's look at Finger, though. Whew. 2% short interest. You tell me, is this a short squeeze or is this FOMO? Let's take a vote. Just tell me in the chat. 1.86% short interest. All right, I hear Scarlett walking in the door. This is not a short squeeze play, guys. Finger. I don't care what fucking retards are telling you what on Twitter or YouTube. And I see them on Twitter. I see them, believe me. Not enough of you are asking me about it for me to make a video or any comments on Twitter. You know what you guys ask about, I generate content on. No one's asking me about Finger. But I see the tweets and I'm just like biting my tongue. 1.8% short interest. This is not a fucking short squeeze. I would think that whoever's buying Finger right now at the current prices is about to get wrecked. It's a FOMO play and you're going to get wrecked. Why? Why do I say that? Because the shorts are going to come in hard on this thing. Unless there's a compelling reason that I'm missing that Finger's about to double their earnings per share. And that I don't know. I haven't looked that hard. That would take me more than 5 minutes. The last bit of DD is go investigate the company. What's their mission? What's their products? What's their service? What do they have coming? Are they going to increase earnings per share? If you think all of that is going to happen, then shorts, watch out. But if you think nothing is really fundamentally changing in Finger, then this is a FOMO pop-up. I don't have the answer for that because I haven't looked that deep. But this tells me, like anyone fucking lying to you saying a short squeeze is coming on Finger, man, hang them high. You are being lied to. Prepare to get fingered. Oh, Lord. All right. FSA says MULN traded above 1 billion. How come there is not so many shares? FSA. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But what you are seeing for the outstanding shares on MULN, on Ortex, and all the brokers is not the correct float. The outstanding shares on MULN, I think that on the next update that you get from the company is going to be somewhere between 1 and 2 billion shares. I know you think it's 243 million right now. That is not correct. We already have a filing from a week ago that it was 600 million. So I know it's not 243. It's in the 600 range at a minimum. But then we had a prospectus for another 2 billion shares. And I can't say that I guarantee you, but I am willing to bet money that all of that FOMO over the last 2 trading days was these fucking big shareholders that just bought $100 million worth of MULN, common, and warrants. They were dumping it on retail investors. And you're going to find out in the coming weeks that the float of MULN is now approaching 2 billion shares. Right? There's no one telling you this except me. Because I don't care about making friends. The short interest on MULN is not correct. The shares outstanding on MULN is not correct. And all of that price action that was pushing MULN up, oh man, the big lenders that bought $100 million worth of MULN common and warrants, they were loving it. They were letting it run up so that they could make double, triple their money. They bought those shares at 10 cents. They bought those warrants at 10 cents. They sold it to retail at 30 cents. You just handed them bank. And you fell for it because of some dipshit YouTubers. Some dipshits on Twitter. Paul says, Tuttle's brief, yada, yada, yada. Zern is not going to agree with Tuttle. She hasn't agreed with anything he said yet. I know. He sent me a DM. He wanted me to read his motion. I read his motion. The hearing's over. The special master's letter is in. I'm not changing my mind that the settlement is going to be approved. And if I'm wrong, I deserve all the arrows, Paul, that you send my way. I will take every single one of them, and I will say that I was wrong. Scarlett. All right, we're waiting for you to come on camera. Pour your little Choco drink. It's not optional. You got to have at least one drink. I don't care if your stomach hurts. Dr. Spurgeon says he's made a lot of money trading Mara. Let's take a look at Mara real quick. I haven't looked at it in a hot minute. Look at that. Look at that run up in Mara. $5 to 16. Way to go, Dr. Spurgeon the Sturgeon. Sturgeon the Surgeon. Hey, babe, can you bring me a beer? Can you bring me a Miller Lite? Right there in the fridge on the top shelf. Joey says, do you talk to your wife like that? Yes, I do, Joey. Ape Love Ape says blue-eyed ape's coming. Oh man, that would be my wife's dream. Mr. Ape. I have some hidden. But that is the one I have prepared for this live stream.
How am I doing a rain check for tomorrow?
No, you're not doing a rain check for tomorrow. I put your face on the thumbnail, babe. Fucking rain check for tomorrow. What is this bullshit? Hey, just come and play some poker with us.
I don't want to play poker. My stomach hurts.
She doesn't want to play poker. Her stomach hurts, Anya. No, we don't want to hear you complaining. Anya wants to know how to take care of rabbits. Anya, do you really have a rabbit? They were hoping you'd bring a rabbit on camera, babe. Julie Argon says, Tony, I've lost 10 pounds since you posted those videos. Thank you. Go AMC, GameStop, BBIG, fam. Julie, that's a applause to you for losing 10 pounds. I said, you know, I get a lot of hate comments on my fitness videos. But if one person gets inspired, then that is worth it to me. I don't care who I got to block. You know, you drop some dipshit comment, I'll block you and not care. But if one or two people, and you're not the only one, Julie, that said, I got a little bit inspired because you're trying something, Tony. You're old as fuck. You're 1 foot in the grave, Tony Denaro, and you're trying to get back in shape, then I can do it too. That makes me happy. That's all I want. I only share my journey in the hope that it helps somebody else. Otherwise, why would I subject myself to all the bullshit hate comments? Eric, what's up? Eric says hello. I probably missed your earlier comment, Eric. Shout out to you in the Philippines, Eric. Brav's car says, I lost 130 pounds when I got rid of my ex-wife. You put her on foot patrol, huh, Brav's car? Bye. Larry, what's up from Tampa, home of Ybor City? I used to spend a lot of time in Tampa, Larry. Levi says big IPOs coming up. Yeah, did you guys watch PWM? Holy fuck. It's renewing my interest. I watched PWM. We were watching it with fascination for 2 days. I was a little bit tepid to jump in on PWM. And then I watched it, and my interest in the low flow IPMs is renewed. So we might do some live streams next week and maybe play some of those. Keep in mind, every IPO is risky. They're all different. There's no guarantees. It's a fucking gamble. But holy shit, that thing went from like $5 to, what did it go to? Let me pull up PWM on my chart here. $22. $5 to $22 in 2 days. What the fuck? Well, I got a free refill on my beer, but she doesn't sound like she wants to come on camera. Look at this shit. It languished on the IPO day at $5 the entire day, and then just fucking rocketed. 1 million float. Obviously some shenanigans going on here. But this is what you can do when you have a ridiculously low float. But none of us saw this coming. When we saw $5 trading for the entire day, you had to be a fucking lucky son of a bitch to hold it, hoping it would go up in after hours, and then hold it for the next rest of the day. But God bless if you did. Unfucking believable. $5 to $23.99. Anya says, do you notice more and more people getting into growing food in their backyard? I don't pay attention to enough people to know that the answer to that question, Anya. I encourage it to all of you. Set up a garden, set up a composting system, buy some chickens, grow your own food, be sustainable, buy some meat, rabbits if you can stomach skinning a rabbit. Even if you don't want to skin anything or kill anything, you can get a couple chickens. I get 6 to 8 eggs a day, which is beautiful for the keto diet. And yeah, growing your own food is great. I wish more people would do that. Not everybody has the space or the time. Joshua says, I hope the judge doesn't give her judgment till after I get paid. Your boy needs to buy some more close to the money contracts. Okay, let's talk about options for a second, because I've been looking at them. Calls and puts on AMC. I'm just going to give you guys a bit of advice. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I fed the dog, yes, babe. I did not feed the rabbits. I want you to go to a tool like optionstrat.com or option profit calculator. I want you to look at the implied volatility. The IV on AMC is very, very seasonally high right now. So if you think that you're going to buy calls or buy puts because you think there's going to be a massive run up with Q2 earnings or a massive push down after a conversion, I'm just going to caution you right now that the implied volatility is very high, and you might find that you buy those options and not make any money. Even if it goes the direction that you want, up or down. When implied volatility is high, I want you to think of it as the merchant increased the price due to demand, and you're going to need a bigger move than you expect. You think it's going to be easy money. It's not going to be easy money. You're going to need a much bigger move in the share price than you're anticipating. Whether you're buying puts and expecting the price to drop, you know how many people... I guarantee you this is going to happen. All the fucking no voters are going to say, the conversion went through, I'm buying puts. And they are going to lose their ass on those puts because they're barely going to break even. Why? Because of the IV. Not because, the price might go down. The price might go up if Q2 is an upside surprise. But I looked at the calculations and I could not make a case for myself to buy either one, not puts or calls. The payoff is not certain enough and not high enough. in my humble opinion. Now, if you're a options expert and you disagree with me, feel free to weigh in. If you're an options expert and you agree with me, feel free to weigh in. But if you're just listening to some random YouTuber that's saying, I'm buying puts when the conversion comes in, and you don't know what IV is or don't understand how it impacts the current price of these options in your payout, be fucking careful. All right. Ape Love Ape says there were large BBIG purchases Friday. I tried to validate that information and I couldn't find it. People were messaging me saying, Tony, the 3 directors, the board of directors members quit BBIG. Yes, that is a fact. And the remaining ones bought a bunch of shares. I couldn't find any information to validate that. So if you guys have that info, let me know where I can find it. Jimmy says, what's the deal with you and the Ape Father? Lou said you guys were doing a meet and greet in a kiddie pool with the socks off. I don't know. Should we torch this bitch? It's not even humorous. I don't even watch the Ape Father anymore, or Lou, really. Prascar says I spent $10 on some misfit chickens about 15 years ago. I was over in Casey Shaw's Discord the other day with Food Dog. Food Dog, you still here? And I showed them some video of my chickens. The weirdos are arriving, right, Anya? Sergeant Beef, what's up, brother? S. Jackson says, I've seen what AMC can do. Why the fuck would I be buying puts? There's a lot of people that think the price is going to drop after a conversion. Hey, babe, can you not be so loud? What are you doing? Chopping up ice for the Titanic over there? She's ignoring me now. Scarlett, why are you making so much noise? You need ice for what? What do you need ice for? Her stomach hurts. Hey, babe, can you, they want to see a rabbit, even if you're not going to come on camera. Can you try and capture one? If you're going to feed them, just capture one and bring me. We have an ice maker. I don't know why she's like chopping up 20 pounds of ice over there. Did you buy some Sonic ice? Baby, did you buy a new bag of Sonic ice? Oh, that's it. She bought a bag of Sonic ice and it froze up like a chunk of Titanic iceberg. Huh? $3, she said. What? How do I say your name, Mr. Ehos? He says, hi, Tony. I own AMC. I love the stock. I also own BBIG. Sold MULN. I have money to buy more or trade calls. What do you think? I don't know. You just mentioned 3 tickers. So which one are we talking about? I'm not a fan of BBIG or MULN right now. and the IV is high on AMC. I looked at calls and puts, right? You guys know I want to make money, whatever opportunities we have. I looked at puts, I looked at calls, looked at the IV, and I said, not for me. Neither one for me. Now I'm just a fucking Guido with a funny hat. So if you know more than me, let me know. Let's really piss people off and do a second cigar tonight. What do we got here? 4 kicks. 4 kicks. Mr. Eho says the MULN CEO paid himself 9 times in 16 months. You know what I find just amazing? Can I just rant for a minute? You know those certain AMC centric YouTubers that also coincidentally love MULN? You might know a couple, 2, 3, 4 of them. They're all mad. They're mad at Adam Arno. Adam Arno selling stock, paying himself bonuses. He wants to reverse split his stock. But MULN, 1 for 25, you hear nothing. MULN, 5 lawsuits against the CEO, you hear nothing. MULN, the fucking dude pays himself for performance while the stock drops 90%. You hear nothing from these guys. And you wonder why I call them out? Because they're two-faced motherfuckers. What is your fucking problem with AMC's executive management that you can ignore worse shit going on at MULN, a company which, by the way, has 0 revenue? How can you be so duplicitous in your analysis? And there are multiple AMC YouTubers that make 10 videos a day shit talking Adam Aron, but they got no problem with MULN or David Michery, which is doing far worse things to the shareholders. Do you guys notice that? Am I the only one that notices the dichotomy in the hate? I love MULN because it's 10 cents. Never mind the 5 lawsuits, the 25 for 1, the 100 for the 1 for 100, the performance bonuses. Never mind all that. I love it fundamentally because it's 10 cents. Meanwhile, AMC, you know, a company which has growing revenues, a company which has resisted filing bankruptcy, which has taken everything they can, they're doing everything they can to resist bankruptcy. They hate that company. But the one that has 1 foot in the grave with no revenue, they love it. And they forgive the CEO for every fucking thing that he does. Why is that? Are they just that thick in the head? Do they not read the financial statements, or are they paid shills? I don't know. I don't think it's the last option. I don't think they're paid. I think they're maybe drawn like a moth to a flame to a 10-cent price, and that's where their analysis stops, maybe? I don't know. What do y'all think? Tell me, friends. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Am I right? It's all these fucking jokers that don't do any DD. They hate Adam Aron, but they don't call out David Michery for one damn thing. And he's doing way worse things to retail with MULN than AMC is, by far. How can you be so thick and dense in your analysis? $17.96 says they both suck. Well, I mean, that's a fair statement, right? If you think they both suck, I could at least respect you. But to say one sucks, one is doing illegal things, and ignore what's going on in the other and recommend it to people, I got to question your rationality, your grasp on reality. Larry says, Tony, if you are my friend, can you be a witness on my living will? Absolutely, if you're in Texas. Doobie 420 says, you can't fix stupid. Amen, brother. Spurgeon, I'm just drinking Miller Lite tonight. Stockpot says, don't drive it too hard. It took the last bit for people to start turning against him. A few have started turning against him. Yes, a few have, Mr. Missouri. But the culprits that I'm talking about, the AMC pumpers, the MULN pumpers, well, they used to be AMC pumpers. Now they're Adam Arno haters. They are just in denial about what is going on in MULN. Yes, some people on Twitter are starting to realize what's up with Dave Mishery. I get it. And Cal, Financial Journey, he's starting to see what's really up with MULN. I respect him. Not talking about Cal, talking about the AMC YouTubers, the no DD guys that are pumping MULN still. Gia, what's up? Gia fam says, when we expect the judge's decision? We're gonna start a betting pool in the Discord. If I had to bet a date, I would say before July 14th. But if I wanted to give myself some wiggle room, I would say between July 14th and July 31st. Hey, can y'all keep it down, please? Thank you. Good night, Leonard. Pistol Pete says, Tony, with those with medium cost basis and believe settlement goes through, what do you feel that APE is getting money better spent to reduce cost basis after a split? All right, Pistol Pete, I cannot give you buy or sell or hold advice. But I have said this many times. If you were walking up blind, brand new to this play, and you think the settlement's going to go through, and that every ape is going to be an AMC, which we know it will, and that the price will be approximately $25, $26 after the conversion, you could buy one of them right now for $4.70. You can buy one for $1.80. It's going to be around $25, $26. So $250, $260. Sorry, AMC's at $420. Holy shit, it's been getting wrecked. All right, but still, $420 or $1.85. If the post-conversion price is $250, $25, which one sounds better to you? Which one would you buy? If you were just Johnny walking up off the street, brand new to the play. That's how I would be looking at it. And I would say in your back pocket, you got to know that there is uncertainty still because we don't know what the judge is going to decide. So you got to make that decision for yourself. The higher APE goes and the lower AMC goes, the less compelling this arbitrage play becomes. Well, I don't know if I'd be buying a $4.20 stock if I think it's going to $2.50, $25. I don't know that I'd be buying AMC. Why is AMC going down? Because everybody is expecting it to drop after conversion. Doobie says, sound like Scarlett be drinking in the kitchen. We had a couple drinks at the wedding. Headstock Harem, what's up, buddy? Super Steven says AMC dipped in after hours. Let me check the after hours on AMC. Holy fuck. 417. Well, that's not too bad, Steven. But I mean, the trend, I see the people doing TA on AMC and I'm like, why? Why are you doing TA on AMC right now? You got a lawsuit decision about to drop, which is probably going to be in favor of settlement. And it's going to go to $2.60. So why would you be buying AMC right now? Just being blunt. Ape, on the other hand, has a little bit of upside. I have this fear that I wake up in cold sweats in the middle of the night that they're going to fucking drop the decision and drop both of them before we can react. But, you know, this is the risk that we take. Every investment is a risk. Nobody can tell you with 100% certainty what is going to happen with any of these. We don't know what date the judge is going to decide versus what date the Q2 earnings is going to drop. We don't know if the Q2 earnings is going to be an upside surprise or not. I think it is, but what do I know? I hope they both go up on Q2 earnings. But good Lord, the volatility and the uncertainty in both of these plays is off the charts. So you guys got to make up your own minds. I'm not here giving any advice on what to do at this point. The time to buy Ape was when it was under $1. Now you're taking your chances. Anya says, I hope AMC rips him a new anus. Amen, Anya. I love it. Sonny says, why are you in the play with all the uncertainty? Why are you willing to take such a risk in this stock? Well, I think I'm properly positioned for what is coming, Sonny. And I have said many, many times I have cash on the side in case they announce dilution and the price drops, that I would be willing to deploy after the price bottoms out to buy it at that point if I believe that the industry and the company will recover into 2024. That's a lot of ifs, right? I'm not here to try and pump or sell you on AMC or Ape. The company's running low on cash, but the revenues are increasing. You guys got to make up your own mind. I'm just here at this point in 2023. We're not in 2021 anymore. We're not a company with $2 billion in cash on the balance sheet. The only reason I cover this stock anymore is because nobody's providing you some sort of unbiased financial statement related coverage, telling you honestly what is going to happen. Everybody's got a fucking what? They've all got some spin they want to put on it. I don't have any spin to sell you. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think is going to happen. Now, I do like movies, do like AMC, but we own a company which is losing money. That is a fact and is running low on cash, which is why I voted yes for the equity raise, even if it could, in the short term, knock down the price. That everybody who has common sense, I think, understands that. But the alternative is bankruptcy. I know, Sonny. I know. Sonny says, I'm in the play, always come to you for the truth. I was just curious why you believe in the play. The play is a crapshoot right now, Sonny. You got people that believe in a squeeze, and you got people that believe it's going to get slaughtered after the conversion. I don't know who's going to be right. I'm not sitting here pushing any agenda on you guys. I'm trying to sort it out like you guys are in as unbiased a way as possible. I feel like I'm properly positioned. And like I said, I have my trading plan and I have my alerts set for when the judge's decision drops, so that hopefully, if my timing is correct, I can capitalize on what I expect the price movement to be, which is AMC to go down and APE to go up. I've said this many, many times over the past couple months, I'm not expecting reverse split and conversion to be any sort of catalyst for an upside surprise. Q2 earnings could be your upside surprise. But what is the timing of that versus Zern's decision? I don't know. So we're going to sort it out day by day. I'm not going to be making daily videos on AMC. There's no point. That is grifting. People pumping out all these daily videos on AMC just to make them money. There's nothing to talk about at this point until the judge drops her opinion. That's the next thing you need to worry about. I don't care what motions, what anybody thinks, alternate settlements, it's all bullshit. It's all grifting for clicks and views and money. I will not be doing that. Angel says, do you think it's a good time to sell my BBIG? Let's pull up the chart. I'm still waiting for anybody to show me where insiders bought BBIG. I could not find the filing. What's your cost basis? I mean, did you buy it around $1, $1.16? That's a beautiful run up if you did. Did anything fundamentally change on BBIG? It looks to me like they're delinquent on filing quarterly statements. The last glimpse we got into this company was September. So you're almost a year on having any idea what is going on with BBIG. Do you trust that? I fucking don't. I see that their revenue dropped by 50%. They're 2 or 3 quarters delinquent on filing any update. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, how do I analyze a play when they can't fucking file on time? That makes me very nervous. Ape Love Ape says, I didn't see any filings, just large purchases after some board members resigned. But if there were large purchases, there must be a filing, right? Where's the evidence of these purchases? That's all I'm asking. I'd love to validate that information for you. Many people have messaged me that. Not one has answered when I asked them, where did you get that information? Where can I find that? Pistol Pete says, please review MMAT. Oh, man. You don't want to hear my opinion on MMAT. You really don't want to hear my opinion. On this channel, we're not looking to buy stocks that have this kind of trajectory. Now, when they get to this kind of bottom point, then it becomes really critical for you to analyze their financial statements and say, what is going to be different? If I can buy it for 18 cents, what are they fundamentally going to do to change the direction of their business? Revenue's falling. Cash is falling. What do you believe that they're going to do something different? And I don't mean because some YouTuber or Twitter person told you. What has management said in the 10Qs? Let's check dilution tracker on them real quick. Oh man, this is bad. When I see this, I get really nervous. Overall risk of dilution is high. The offering ability is high. They could easily double the float based on existing at the money and warrants. They have 2.5 months of cash left. I mean, I see a bunch of red flags here, guys. Just being blunt. I don't go by what anyone on YouTube or Twitter says. I go by the data. Steven says, if your stock looks like a slip inside, watch out. There is talk, Onion News Network, about BBIG because 3 board members quit in the past couple days, and people think that that is bullish, right? They do. People think and retail hates the BBIG board right now, and they think because they quit that is a bullish sign. Sorry, let me pull up BBIG, not MMAT. So they started driving the price up, and that's why you saw this spike. And then these unsubstantiated, in my opinion, because I haven't been able to find any evidence of it, unsubstantiated opinions going around that the remaining board members bought shares. Okay, well, where's the Form 4? I don't see it. That drove the price up on Friday. However, since I can't substantiate that, I feel like this is a pump and dump. And I would be very cautious. Now, we've seen retail on bad information drive prices up, like MMTLP from $1 to $12, right? You can always get a price run up. So I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I'm just saying I see the potential for dilution. I don't see the evidence of insiders buying. I don't see anything redeeming about this company in general. So I would just say be cautious about what you're hearing. And in general, I can tell you on my Discord, when we see CFOs jumping off of balconies or board members resigning or insiders selling, I think you ought to pay attention to that. Someone tells you this is bullish. I'm not sure you understand what that actually means. I have a very cynical outlook when CFOs jump off of balconies or board members resign. I do not interpret that as a bullish sign. That's just me. I could be wrong. PD Harris, what's up? Let's look at the short interest on BBIG, because doesn't matter if it is true or not, it only matters what retail thinks, right? If there's a high short interest and retail thinks that something is bullish, you can get a short squeeze. So what is the actual short interest? 16%. Sorry, 11%. There's no short squeeze here. No. 16% cost to borrow. It does not meet my personal goalpost for short squeeze, not even close. Callie and Murphy, is that the dude on Peaky Blinders? We're going way back now on the... Yeah, that's him. This is the dude in Oppenheimer. Oh, Cillian Murphy. Is that right? Cillian? He didn't he recently lose his wife? Or am I thinking of someone else? Anyways, let's look at the BBIG chart. I don't know. I mean, when I see a chart like this, people in my Discord already know the higher it runs up on what we call suspect news, the more nervous we get. I think you're going to see a retracement all the way back down to $1.16. Could you have a second bounce? I don't know. Can we validate that that remaining board members are really buying? Can we validate that there's something fundamentally changing at the company? There's no short squeeze here. So my best guess would be by the end of next week, we're going to be back down near $1.20. Maybe by Tuesday. I could be wrong. Just giving you my opinion. It looks overdone on fake news. Fake news and pump. Andrew, thank you. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of Damian Lewis. He lost his wife and she was on Peaky Blinders. Thank you. She was Aunt Polly, right? Yeah, that's my bad. I got him confused. Would I ever do a meet and greet with the ape father? What can I say? I don't do meet and greets with people who think it's fun to dox people. I've already said this before. I don't need to belabor the point. All right, let's take a couple more questions, then I'm going to wrap it up because I got to get up early and change that damn spark plug in the morning. Chris McGinnis, I like the last name. If you're, you know, do you like Guinness beer? You know what I've seen a couple of the Ape Fathers mukbang videos, Chris. You know the problem I have with it is he doesn't show himself eating the entire thing. It's like, oh, I've got this 20-pound Whopper. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Oh, look, I got 2 patties left. Okay. Give me a 15-minute video of you eating the whole thing. I might believe it. Do it right, Richie. Do it right. Patriot says, I thought you were going to do the spark plugs today. I went to the gym this morning. Then I had to get ready for the wedding event that we went to today. So today was not an optimal day to do the spark plugs. But tomorrow I have the day wide open. So the plan is wake up at daybreak when it's not 100 blazing degrees and get up under the hood and do that. All right, guys, we're going to close it out. Thank you for hanging out tonight. It's been fun. Scarlett said tomorrow. Sorry about tonight. I'm kind of pissed, to be honest. Luke says, isn't the court currently working on a ruling to eliminate the need for shareholders' votes? The Delaware legislature is, vote in early August. They will no longer need 50% of shareholders to vote. It'll be a majority of whoever votes. So retail, pay attention. Your life is going to change. Thank you, Lauren Culp. I know I got a lot of haters on Twitter. I got haters from the ape side. I got haters from the no vote side. It's all right. like I said, and just to close out, nobody pays me. Nobody tells me what to say. I'm not handed a script. I'm not in communication with Adam Aaron or AMC or hedge funds. The most apish people have blocked me because I talk financial statements. The most staunch no voters have blocked me because I talk financial statements. And if I can be middle of the road like that, I feel like I'm doing something right. Not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything. I'm not here to give you price targets or dates. In 2 years, we've never done any of that. Meanwhile, you know the people who've been pumping out fake price targets. I have no problems with anything that I've said over the past 2 years. Do I like the company? Yeah. Do I like movies? Yes. Did the company have $2 billion on the balance sheet in 2021? Yes. Are we still there in 2023? We are not. Fucking hashtag evolve. Read the fucking financial statements. Understand where the play is at. Position yourself. Be ready for whatever is coming. I can't tell you what's coming, but it's going to be crazy either way. So be ready for it. I've told you my plan. I told you I'm positioned for what I think is going to happen. I told you I have cash on the side if they dilute and the price goes down. And I think that the movies will be better in 2024. I'll capitalize on that if the price drops. I don't know if it'll drop. The market cap, I think, is fairly priced right now. But if they stupidly drop the market cap and I see an opportunity, I might buy in if they dilute and the price drops. But I can't tell you that that's going to happen. Nobody fucking knows. All the people screaming that don't read the financial statement, so how do I trust what they say? They would rather force a short squeeze and have the alternative be the company go bankrupt if they're wrong. I'm not on board with that. Because if the company goes bankrupt, we're all going to lose everything. No matter if you hold APE, AMC, or both, you're going to lose everything. Q2, I think, will be profitable. Q3 and Q4, unknown. So, yeah, there's some uncertainty. That's the play. The play changes every quarter. We don't have $2 billion in the bank anymore. We have, I want you to look up the definition of working capital. It's current assets minus current liabilities on the balance sheet. Right now, you go look at AMC, it's negative $975 million, almost negative $1 billion. AMC has negative $1 billion to pay their bills in the next 12 months. Oh, but Adam Aaron said they're making record profits. Okay. Do you think that over the next 4 quarters, they're going to make enough profits to pay all their bills? Walk through the financial statements, make a video, and show me that they can pay all of their bills for the next 12 months. And then we can have a conversation. But if you're just saying, I think, I believe, Adam Aaron said, not good enough for me. I base my analysis, my investment, everything on where we're at right now. And they won't ever answer any tweet or a comment I put out about negative $1 billion working capital. A, because they probably don't even know what it means, and B, because they know that I'm right. So just understand the play that you're in. I'm very positive on AMC over the next year or 2 years, but we got a lot of big changes coming our way. So be positioned correctly. Set your alerts on your broker so that whatever happens, have your trading plan that you can react to what's going on when it happens. George says the street is not always about financial statements. The street is 100% about the financial statements, George. Your retarded YouTubers are not about the financial statements. I guarantee you, Wall Street is looking at them. That is why the company is being shorted. To say otherwise, I think, is foolish. Andrew says, has Antara finished selling ape yet? They had 93 million last week on their last Form 4. Andrew, by my guess, based on the velocity of their trading, if I had to pick a date, they'll be done selling out of their ape position around July 20th. Just a guess. Steven says you have to be a business owner to understand working capital, and most of these people don't own a business. Not only have they never owned a business, Steven, which I have owned and do own several, some that worked out, some that didn't. Not only do they not understand owning a business, they couldn't read a financial statement if it meant saving their own life. And when I say that, instead of answering that, the only thing they can do is insult me or try and do a smear campaign. And I ain't putting up with that bullshit. Meet me on the battlefield of due diligence and finance, or just walk off the fucking field because you're a joke. If your only answer is an insult or some sort of smear, you've already lost the battle. My thoughts on ants trades. My thoughts are not one TA chart reader has been correct on this play in 2 years. And neither will ants trades be correct. Stephen, what's the count on the number of days since ants trades called for the squeeze? Didn't he call for the squeeze in January? William says, if ape is converted, AMC will be as bad as MULN. You cannot compare these companies, William. MULN is... Come on. I mean... MULN. Are you seriously going to tell me that AMC looks like this? Look at this, William. 70 million shares to 2 billion. You got to come correct with your facts. Is AMC doing that? No. No, they're not. How about if we look at revenue, William? What's the revenue chart look like for MULN? Oh, zero? Zero revenue ever? What's the revenue chart look like for AMC? See this? Growing. They actually have revenue. They're on the verge, if this trend continues next year, of being profitable. Now, find me a bar chart showing revenue for MULN. You can't, because it doesn't exist. You come on, guys, be smarter than this bullshit. There is zero comparison between MULN and AMC. That is the weakest ass argument. 70 million shares to 2 billion. You're going to find out in a couple days or weeks that the MULN float is 2 billion again. And then they're going to do a 1 for 100 split. And then they're going to dilute some more. Why? Because it's expensive to run an auto manufacturing company and they need cash. There is nothing comparable about these companies. Anybody pumping MULN is delusional, idiotic. I don't even know what to say. George says, what is your opinion about Rivian? I've got some upcoming videos on all of the other EV companies, George. Rivian, Lucid, an update on Polestar. Now that we're past all the drama on AMC, we're going to get back to the core of this channel, which is talking about other plays. AMC is still going to be a play, but we don't have to cover it every day. So stay tuned. I'll give you some thoughts on Rivian and Lucid and Tesla in the coming days. Stick around. Do I think AMC will go down to $2 if the judge approves everything? $2 would be 20 bucks, which would give us a market cap of what? Around $2 billion? It seems low to me. Who asked that? Gus? That seems like a low market cap. If you ask me right now, no, I don't think so. But okay, so if we say after reverse split, here's the thing, Gus. How much dilution is Adamiran going to do? If we say after the reverse split and the conversion, it's going to be $26. Does he sell 50 million shares? Does he double the float and sell 150 million? If he sells 150 million, what price is he selling them at? Is he selling them in a private offering, or is he selling them at the market? If he doubles the float, Gus, then I think you could expect to see a healthy price decrease, because the value of our shares is going to be impacted by the doubling of the float. But what if he only sells 50 million? I can't answer that question until I see what he does. And unfortunately, when he does it, that's when we're going to know. I'm not worried about the reverse split. I've said that many times. I'm more worried about dilution, and you should be paying attention to that. I hope that message is sinking in. The company must do it. We're not in a situation where there's a lot of good options. You can't just run the company out of cash. You got to raise cash. But raising cash in the short term could have some negative impact on the price. And then when you find out he raised $2 billion and he's got $2 billion on the price, on the balance sheet, and the dilution is done, what do you think is going to happen? Then the price starts tricking back up. It's going to be a wild ride. But I can't tell you. I don't know. Adamiran doesn't send me messages saying what he's going to do. I'm just guessing like all you guys. I don't think he's going to drop 400 million shares and raise $16 billion and pay off all the debt. I don't think. No. That would be dumb. I'm hoping he does the minimal dilution necessary to raise enough cash to get them through until they're profitable. That's my hope. I can't promise you anything. We'll all find out at the same time. Stay on your toes. Hold, Cujo says. What I do know is that, well, I don't know this, but I think Q2 is going to be positive. I would encourage all of y'all, instead of worrying about buying stock, I'm assuming most of you have a pretty healthy exposure to the company, go see a fucking movie. Buy some fucking concessions. Improve that income statement. You don't see me loading up on more AMC or APE right now. What am I doing? I'm going to the movies because I enjoy it, first of all. I like movies, second of all. And I know that it helps my investment. That's the third. I'm not pushing movies to pump up AMC price, right? I mean, we're just a few thousand people. But it does make a difference. So if you enjoy that as your entertainment, then I encourage you to keep going to the movies. Buy some concessions when you're there. We all have an entertainment budget, whether it's going out to the bar, buying a case of Miller Lite, or going to a movie. If you have an AMC in your area, support your investment. That is really the best thing I can say. And I'm not pushing credit cards or buying merch. No. The biggest dollar contributor you can do is buying concessions. Anyways, that's my thoughts for tonight. I'm going to go curse out my wife for reneging on tonight and get a firm commitment for tomorrow. I said allegedly she would show up tonight. I had a feeling she was going to back out. But I'm going to twist the screws tonight. So let's see. Agenda. I don't have gym for tomorrow. I've got car repair, change a GFCI socket. Yeah, I think we should be able to do a live stream tomorrow night. And then I would like to, next week, get back to doing some live streams during the day. Let me know if y'all are interested in that. And some upcoming IPO plays. You know, I've not been doing the live streams just because there's too much damn drama and emotion and insults and smearing, people taking things out of context. And I'm not here for any of that nonsense. But once we're past all that, I would love to talk with you guys about some other ways to make money while we keep an eye on what's happening with AMC. So the folks in the Discord know that I'm still here for you every day. The folks on YouTube, soon. Daytime live streams coming back. It's not that I'm not watching the stocks all day. I'm watching them all day. But I don't want to be on YouTube all day and deal with a bunch of bullshit conspiracy theorists, flat earthers. So once we have them all blocked, we'll get back to making some money on other stuff. We got a great team in the Discord, some sharp people. And you, the viewers that that support a fact-based channel like this, I do appreciate you. I want to say that. Those of you that are defending me on YouTube and Twitter, I appreciate that. I don't really see enough of it, but those of you that are doing it, I appreciate it. I'm going to close by saying one more time, no one pays me. No one tells me what to say. I don't talk to other YouTubers. We don't coordinate anything. Everything you hear on this channel is my opinion, my thoughts, based on reading filings and financial statements. I get it. It's not always popular, but it is the truth. Peace out. I love you. Let's make some money, and we will see you mañana.
So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it.